Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Today I'm going to show you how to create this nice chrome effect on your typographies and vectors. So without any further ado, let's get to it. So I'm going to show you how I created this effect on my own project. So I'm just gonna hide all my layers. So first off, I created a text like so, and I change the font and put it in the middle. I also changed the color to the something like here, light gray. And after that, what I did was that I just right click on my text and I converted it to a smart object, and I will tell you why. Because if you just turn it to the smart object after you applying all the chrome effect, you can just simply come here and double click on your layer and just change this, or you can even change the crop of it and add any type of vector if you want to your design. So basically that's what I did here. So as you can see down here, I converted it to a smart object. So I'm just gonna hide all my effect layers for now so that I can tell you what I did on each of these layers. So the things I did was that I created a duplicate of my layer here, and if I just bring up my effect, you can see I gave it some bevel and emboss. So I'm just gonna show you what I did here. So I just made a duplicate of this layer, and on the new layer, on the copy layer, I brought down the fill opacity. So just brought it down. So as you can see here, you can see your effect. I just brought it down and I just gave it bevel and emboss like these settings. I put the style on inner bevel, the technique on smooth, the depth on 1000%, and also the size here. So if I just change the size, you can see how it will react, but I wanted something on my typography to look good, so I just put it on 30. And here you can also change the angle. I put it on 180 and 30 degrees, and also on the gloss contour I put it on this style right here that is called ring, and I left these settings as it was before, 50% white on the screen and black on multiply. So this was basically my first thing that I did here. Again, I made a duplicate of this layer, and if I open it up again, I put the fill opacity on 0 and I changed the bevel a little bit. This time I put the style on stroke emboss, and as you can see, it is affecting my stroke, and I just put it on 15 and changed the degree a little bit on 90 and 30. Also, I changed the glass contour and put it on ring double to give it that effect. So if I just change these styles, you can see we will get different styles, and you can also do whatever style you want to, but this is what works best for me. And I put it the highlight and the shadow on 60 and 60 here. And one more thing that I did was that I added a stroke on my copy layer 2, put it on around 16. So if I change this, as you can see, it is affecting, because the position is inside, you can see it is affecting the inside of my typography. I put it on 16 with opacity of 100, and I changed the fill type from color to the gradient, and I chose a dark gray for both ends, and in the middle I chose a lighter gray. And for the style, I put it on reflected. You can change it also on linear, radial, whatever you feel like, but reflected is nice. And put the angle on 19 and left the scale on 100% as it was. Again, I created another copy of my text like so. And if I just bring up my effect, you can see the difference. It has some glows to it. So if I just bring it up, you can see again it has some bevel and emboss. So if I just zoom it in, you can see we have a couple of different bevels here, but this time I put it the size on 6 and left the other things like it was before, 90, 30 and ring double. But this time I just, as you can see, I brought up my screen for the highlight mode to bring out my highlights like these lines, and I just, you see, brought down the shadow mode to the 0. Again, I had this stroke as it was before with the all same settings, and I added an outer glow. So if I bring up my opacity, you can see it will be just washed. Put it around 15 with the color of white. Depending on your document size, you need to change the size of it. Sometimes you need to bring it up because your document size is bigger than mine, but if it's like mine, you can just leave it at around 54. Sorry, yeah, 54, and I left the quality as it was before. Also, one more thing that I did is that I added this layer, but I'm not gonna show you now why I added this, so I'm just gonna leave it for later. And I added these sparks, as you can see, these sparks that I have, I just added them on different sections, and I added a curve. So here is my curve on top, so just came up here and added a curve like so. I'm just gonna delete that. So just gave it a, it's like a slightly S shape, but so subtle to just, change the glow and everything of it and make it more, bit of a more contrasty image. And after that, I created a gradient map below my curve layer and sparks. So I just added something like this. This is my, these are all the numbers that you can use. This is the numbers of my gradient map. Also this one, you can just choose like mine, or you can just add your own colors like purplish, that would be cool. Also, I added this gradient map here, and what I did here was that I created a new layer below my gradient map, and I'm going to show you a nice trick. So if I just bring up my brush with a B and change my color to the black, so you can see if I just one click here, it will be black. But if I just bring down my hardness and bring down my flow to the 13, you can see if I just click here, it will change. And if I click multiple times, it will react to the color that I'm adding to the layer. So if I just, brush it, you can see it will start to go away. But I don't want that. I want to add a layer and change my color to the white, and I want to add a little bit of a glow to the sides of it. So I just one click here and one click here, and that's it. So this is what I did here. So I'm just gonna name it glow. As you can see, this is my layer. I just added two little bit of a glow with a brush and a color of white to the layer. And on top of everything, I would just hit Command Shift Option E to make a duplicate of it, because I'm gonna make this effect that we have on the screen. So I made a layer, and I'm just gonna say effect, or maybe color gradient, maybe, I don't know. And after I merge all the layers here, I will go to the filter and camera raw filter. And from here, what I did was that I brought down my dehaze. So as you can see, if I bring it down, you will get that glowy effect. But from here, I'm losing the details of the black here. So what I did was that I brought up the contrast a little bit, like so. Here, I brought up my highlight a little bit, you know, and just change the dehaze like so. Brought up my white and brought down, just brought up my shadow also. But here I just brought down my black. So if you can see, this is the before and after. Now we have more glow. And one more thing that will make your chrome effect look sick as hell is that you just crank up your grain. So if I just zoom in here, you can see this is without grain and this is with grain. And I brought up the size also, you know, to just make it look blurry, you know. I don't want it to look just sharp as hell. So I just brought up the size and a little bit of a roughness, and we are actually good to go. We are finished with the design. But there's something you can do here. So if I just hide this layer, and if I go back to the first layer that I created called Chrome, and I just double click on it, and here I would just make it crop it to the square. So if I just add a shade, you know, something like this, and I just turn off my text below it, and I'll change, let me just have that so that I can see what color I chose. So I would just double click on my shape, go to the color overlay and choose that color and hide my layer, and just, you know, make this one a little bit bigger. And if I do that, I can just simply hit Command S to save. And if I go back to the Chrome, you can see here, or you can just simply hit Command W or just close your project, and it will say if you want to save it, you hit yes, save. And as you can see, you will have that chrome effect here, and it will apply to all the different smart objects that you had before. And you can just simply go to the sparks, you know, change it like so. If we just, you know, for example, do this, you can simply do that. And the good thing is that you can simply go to the gradient map, change your colors, or you can simply again on top on the curve layer, you can hit Command Shift Option E to make a merged layer on top of all of them. And now, because this is the rasterized layer, if I just simply go to the filters, instead of going here to the camera raw filter, I will use the history of my Adobe Photoshop, and I will click that, and it will give me that same effect. But as you can see, we have those brushes that we had before. So I'm just gonna also change those and just something like this, maybe. I don't know. This is not good because it is cropped, so I'll just delete that, bring up my brush, put it on 5 with the color of white, just hit here and hit here, and I will do the same. Make a layer, merge layer, go to the filter and camera raw filter, and as you can see, we have that nice chrome effect. And we are actually done. If you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and peace.